Hey cuties, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is Young and the Restless edition. Happy Monday. Today is Monday, May the 30th, 2022. Happy Memorial Day to everyone as well. All right, let's get right into the Young and the Restless. On a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a solid 7. So, who do we get out of the way first? Oh, goodness. Let's do Sharon. So Sharon is at the coffee house and she is meeting with she's at the coffee house and she's just working. And so we see that Ashland is there with his attorney and he's asking her about like what kind of case does he have to be able to legally continue his visitations with with Harrison, in case Kyle and Summer do want to take this legal action and permit him from seeing Harrison, because remember they had a legal binding agreement that even though he's not the father, he would still have access to Harrison. And Jack had told him, you need to get with your legal team because the way Kyle and Summer are feeling, you're not seeing him. And so that's exactly what he's doing. So after she leaves, he just tells her, if you could just get it today and everything, he's the only good thing, that I have going right now. He just really wants to know what his rights are. So then she leaves, and then so Sharon comes up because he's at Crimson Lights, which is Sharon's store. So she comes up to him, and he tries to say, I'm sorry for your loss, and I'm sorry about Ray, and all this kind of stuff. And Sharon says, "Save it, sir. I don't want to hear it." And Sharon just begins to lay into him about, you made that donation for Ray, $250 million. She said, your money is not gonna um buy you the type of gratitude and forgiveness that you think it is. She said, I'm glad that the money is going to, keeping Ray's memory and name alive and everything because he was a good man. She said, you are not. And she began to tell him, like, I sat here months ago when you told me, oh no, this is a smear campaign. There's no way I would ever lie about having cancer and all this other stuff. But it turns out that's exactly what you did. You lied about having cancer. She said, as a cancer survivor, and there are millions of people who die from cancer every year. And as a cancer survivor, you don't understand how hard it is and how there are days when you don't want to get out of bed, when you just want it, you're in so much pain that you just want it all to be over. And she said, and then on top of that, you hate the way that it affects the people that love you, that are surrounding you, and you lean on them, and then you hate you hate the way it makes them feel because they're stressed out and they're worried about you. She said, do you know how many bargains they make with God, trying to tell, please let them be okay, Lord, and so she said she was just going in on him. I said, well, who gonna And so Noah came up and he said, Mom, you okay? And she said, yeah, I'm good. So she leave Ashland alone or whatever. And he was like, no, Noah was talking to her because Ashland sat back down and started drinking his coffee or whatever. And he was like, you want me to go handle him or whatever? And she was like, no, because at this point, everybody pretty much in the inner circle knows what Ashlyn has done. And she says, no, it's fine. I can handle myself or whatever. And so she and Noah start talking and she makes him this drink. And she said, I only give it to special people. And so then Allie comes in. So when Allie comes in, Allie says, I want something cold to drink. And she was like, okay. So Noah's still trying to make his little corny jokes. I said, Allie, how you going to understand his jokes at the wedding, but now you confused. You don't get it. But anyway, she goes outside to sit down and Noah says, I'm gonna take a drink to her. I said, okay. I like this couple. I like the makings of this couple. I hate to see in a few years because they do it every time. They don't let damn couple be faithful to each other. I hate to see in a few years where they maybe move on from each other or whatever. Because I love me some Sharon and Nick. But anyways, Noah goes outside and he gives Allie her drink, and then they start talking and they start talking about, because he said, oh, you're about to listen to music and stuff, I'm gonna leave you alone. She was like, no, I was about to listen to my great uncle Billy's podcast. And she said, that's so crazy to say or whatever. that would be her great uncle. That's crazy. She said that's so crazy to say, or whatever. And so she tells him, excuse me. So she tells him, that she started the first one. He was like, yeah, it's really good. And then they both said they like the grinning soul, which that's Billy too in disguise. And so they're like, yeah, so they bond over that or whatever. And they're just talking and bonding and stuff. And then she gets up and she has to go and everything. So that was that. I hope that Allie gets to go ahead and stay, and it's not one of those things where they have her come in and then she's out of contract in a year or so. I hope they let this character stay. All right, so then we go to back inside, and Ashland is inside. He's about to leave or whatever, but I guess he wants to come up and talk to Sharon. And Sharon's just like, there's nothing you can say. Like, there's nothing you can say. And she reads him again, and then Diane comes in and she's reading him, and Ashland leaves. So then we see that Diane has followed Ashland and tells him, here goes a drink. It's such a beautiful day, and you didn't even notice me. And he was like, yeah. She said, yeah, I caught that. Whatever went on with you and Sharon or everything. So they go into the park too. I said, y'all gonna use this scene. Y'all said we done built this park. It's summertime. We about to use it. Okay. And so Jack and Phyllis are there. Now Jack and Phyllis are there because Phyllis done got this little picnic, and plus she trying to convince Jack to go ahead and let to buy Summer's company so they could come on back to Genoa City. And Jack is like, listen, we got to make sure this is we just got out of fashion and stuff. We got to make sure this makes sense business wise or whatever. And so they they're having their little picnic, talking about, they're just getting to they're just happy as a I guess they're a couple. I don't know what Jack and Phyllis are. I don't know if they just in a situationship. I don't know, because they're not officially calling each other a couple or whatever. So whatever it is that they're doing it. But anyways, she brought this little picnic basket because it's something in her business and everything. But so she looks up and she sees Ashlyn and Diane together, and she says, "Look, two pariahs together," and everything. And so that's when Ashlyn and Diane come over to Jack and Phyllis, and Ashlyn is like, "Have you spoke to Harrison?" And he said, Jack told Ashlyn, "That's between Kyle and Summer. You need to talk to them." And Ashlyn said, "I took your advice and spoke to my legal team or whatever." And he was like, "Do what you got to do." And so then Diane, she's sitting there bragging. Oh yes, I heard, because Harrison didn't know. I mean, Ashley didn't know. Yes, they're gonna be moving back to the city, and Phyllis is like, "What?" And she was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was a secret," because you could tell the way Ashley looked. Like, what? And she was like, "Oh, I didn't know it was a secret or whatever." And so Jack said it's not set in stone that they're going to be a moving back. It's, because he haven't said, yes, I'm buying this company or whatever. And so then we see that Diane starts making all these little comments. Oh, I love staying at the athletic club. Ooh, with Kyle and Summer being back, I might stay a little longer. I said, ma'am, you're not putting yourself up at that club. Kyle is. Like, what are you talking about? Kyle is footing out the bill on that. How long you want him to pay the bill? And I said, and even if they move back, what you gonna do? She was like, Phyllis says, don't you have a life, a career and all that? And she says, no, I'm in real estate, so I can be anywhere. Now earlier Diane had been with Kyle and Summer. They had went over there to him and was talking and all that. And that's when they told her about them possibly staying in Genoa City a little bit longer, and everything. But they let her know it wasn't for her. It's based on what they have going on as far as the company, and them just wanted to be closer to the Abbotts and Phyllis and everything. But Diane gonna always make something about her too. But anyways, so she's saying all this or whatever, and I'm like, Diane, you have not changed, because look at you. You taking every opportunity to like rub this in to Phyllis or whatever, that, oh, I talked to Summer and she told me and all that. Let's move right along, because Jack pretty much tells her, listen, Diane, if you want any part of continuing to be in Kyle's life or building a relationship with Kyle, you better choose your friends wisely. And cooking up with Ashland is not going to do you any favors. Or people won't believe that you're a new Dee Dee, because you know she wants Harrison to call her Dee Dee. So then, Jack and Phyllis leave or whatever, or Diane and Ashland walk to a different side of the park. So he tells her, what was that all about? And she asks him, and so they just sit down and trade war stories about well, not war stories, but more trauma stories of what they've done to people, the trauma they've put people through, because that's exactly what they've done. So she tells him about leaving Kyle at a young age, and he tells her about faking cancer. And she said, "Well, I thought I was gonna win this by a mile," but she said we probably even on the stuff we done. But she does let Ashley know, because she tells him, "I understand that you want to be a part of Harrison's life," and she gets it. But she also tells him, "Listen, I'm not the one that can help you though, because I'm just getting in with Kyle, and I can't do anything that makes him upset. So I can't go to bat for you with Kyle, and you would not want to." And that's it with them, y'all. Let's move right along. So then we see Victor is talking to Michael Baldwin. And Michael Baldwin, he's trying to stay on the good side, because Lauren is ticked that he's even still dealing with Victor. And so he's going to bury Ashland in legals, subpoenas, court documents, lawsuits, everything. He's just gonna just go at him, go at him, go at him, or whatever. And so um Adam comes up, right? And Adam says, "How's Victoria?" and all this. And then he says, "Why don't we just leave Ashland alone?" Because, it's for Adam's benefit for them to leave Ashland alone, because he wants to get Victoria back with Ashland so that his daddy will be like, "Oh, you can't be trusted. Give me the company," and hand it over to Adam. And Michael is just like, the only person who benefits from um us leaving Ashland alone is you, because with Victoria and everything. And so he and Michael finna start going at it, Adam and Michael. And Victor says, "Enough of that. The goal is to get Ashland out of town or whatever. So focus on that." And so they're like, "Okay." Even though we all know that is not Adam's goal. So then we see that Victor calls Summer, but she at the time she was with Kyle, with Diane. So she's like, "Oh, I'll talk to him later." So when she talks to him, he tells her where he is and come meet him. So she goes over to meet him, and he's like, "I need you to work on Kyle." He said, "Because we need to form a united front and to get Ashland to have no visitation rights to Harrison." And she says, "Grandpa, I got this. Like, we got this. I can take care of it or whatever. I'm gonna get you some water as soon as I'm done. I got this. I'm going to take care of it. You don't have to worry. Like, we're Harrison's parents. We're gonna take care of this." And he says, "I just want you to know, like." He pretty much told her, "I got the financial backing to go ahead and take care of this for any resources that you need or whatever." But he's like, "You gotta get hair. We need to get hair Ashland out of town. So you need to stop visitation and all that kind of stuff from him." And he said that also in front of Adam. And I don't think that was a good move, because Victor is not understanding how devious. I mean, I love me some Adam, but you undid Adam wrong one too many times, and now Adam's coming for you. But anyway, Summer's like, "You ain't got to worry about it. I got this. Like, I already know we don't need to be, he doesn't need to be around." She said, but he told her, "You in college, you all sweethearted people." Like, she was like, "I got that, I got Phyllis and the Newmans in me. I can handle this or whatever. So I'm gonna convince Kyle that we need to go legally with this and just remove him." So later on, she does talk to Kyle, and he said, "Let me guess, he wanted to talk to you about my mom." Oh, Kyle gets on my nerves. I'm sorry. I know y'all love Kyle, but he works my nerves. So she's like, "No, I talked to him about Ashland, and he wants us to really look into not letting Ashland have rights to Harrison." And Kyle is like, I totally agree or whatever." He says, "But Harrison loves Ashland, and that would be traumatizing for him to not be able to see him, and that would be traumatizing to him and everything." And she says, I know, but it would be worse if he got older and we did this. So we need to do it now, and we gonna be gentle and caring when we explain it. But she like, we finna lawyer up because he not finna have rights to Harrison. And I said, oh no, not another soap with a custody battle. It's enough with General Hospital, but I said, oh, I don't want to see this. Not another soap with a custody battle. But that was General Young and the rest of y'all. If I miss anything, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll get it. I'll do it tomorrow. Anyways, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Even if you don't subscribe, that's okay. I'm still going to be doing these videos for you, but hit that like button for me. It helps my YouTube with the algorithm and everything. All right, I will see you tomorrow for a new episode. Bye.